makes them go boom now.
It's your boy Laggin24 coming at you with some Black Ops 2 Zombies on Origins. What's up, everybody? All right, I'm going to show you exactly where every buildable part is located, all steps, all locations. Let's start with the easiest one. That's the zombie shield. You're going to find it next to Generator 2, part number 1. You'll find it next to this wheelbarrow. If it's not there, don't you worry, because I'll show you. If you go inside the tank station and go up top, you can find part number 1 up here. If it is not here, you go, just keep going down the path past Generator 2, and there's a wheelbarrow at the very end. You will find it in there. That is all 3 locations for part number 1. Part number 2 for the shield, you can find on your way to Generator 3. There's a bunker in here with a wheelbarrow. And again, right next to this wheelbarrow, you can find a part. If it's not in there, right across from this bunker is the fire cave, and you go down to the bottom and it's going to be on this shelf right here. It's not here, so don't worry. Part number 3 is just by Generator 3, and it will be right here. So that is location number 3 for part number 2 for the zombie shield. Now, out here by the excavation pit, there are 3 big-ass footprints where you can find the third and final part for the zombie shield. You see where I just pointed with my gun? That's one location it could be at. Second location, and which is where I do find it, is right here. So we now have all 3 parts, but I will show you the third location for the third part, which was right back here. This is behind generator number 4, next to Jug. Now you can take this to any buildable that you want to and go ahead and craft it, and you'll have yourself a zombie shield, which is great for not getting tapped in the back. Perfect for this map. All right, so the next thing we're going to build is the Maxis drone, and part number 1 is always located in the spawn room. That is Maxis's brain. Part number 2 you can find out in the cave behind the church, okay? So go down in this cave, and oftentimes it'll be right on the ground next to where you put your record player at. But there it is. And if it's not here, okay, there are 2 more locations where part 2 can be. This is the tank track that's going into the church. If you ride the tank around the map, it'll come back this way. All right, and there's 2 signs. One right here, and you can find it there. And as you can see, the church is in the background, giving you a point of reference. And the other possible location for part number 2 is where the tank leaves the church. Same thing, you're going to look for one of those signs, and it's right there on the ground if it wasn't in the other 2 locations. Now, for the third and final part, go on top of the excavation site. You'll often find it right here, and sometimes you'll find it down below. You just need to go down the stairs here, and you'll find it kind of close to the gramophone, which is right there, or sometimes you even find it lower within the excavation site on one of these platforms, and the platform I have found it on most recently is right here. So for my telling, there's 3 locations to every potential part for everything you build on this fucking map, except for the Maxis brain, I think. Anyways, you craft it, and there it is on the table, and this is an awesome tool. It's really effective up until about round 30, so it's good to have. All right, so you're going to need to build the gramophone and record if you want to get anything real accomplished here. So record location number 1, you saw right where I pointed, and record location number 2, you might be able to find right here. This is the record that you put in the gramophone to be able to enter these caves and go into the crazy place, okay? If it's not in those 2 locations, right here on the wheelbarrow, these were all surrounding the excavation site. So now that you have the record, all you need is the gramophone or the record player, whatever you prefer to call it. And that is always located right here. So much like Maxis's brain, it's always going to be in the same spot. Very easy to find. And there you have it. Now you can open up the gateway down to the bottom there, and that's where you'll craft all your staffs at, which we're going to be getting to next, okay? So we'll start, I think, with the fire staff. And the record for the fire staff can be found around the church or in the church. And in this case, right here by generator number 6, you pick it up. If it's not there, there are 2 other spots. The church pews right here, you can find it. Or down below next to the tank. Now, I had to move the tank to get to it, but I found it right back there. So just move the tank. It's 500 points to move the tank. No big deal. All right, so you have your record. Let's find some parts. So when you turn on generator number 6, this will open. You'll get your first part right there. Part number 2, they make you earn. You got to fight the Panzer zombie, not a big deal. He usually comes pretty early, so he's not as strong as he normally is. After you kill him, he will drop your second staff piece. You just go pick it up. And part number 3 is pretty interesting. Let's let this video play forward a little bit when I pick up the actual piece. All right, that's part 2. Part 3 is going to be up in the skies. You're looking for an orange glowing airplane. Pretty easy to shoot down if you have any kind of gun. The ray gun makes it a little challenging, and obviously a sniper rifle, but it is always going to fall in the same spot. I've never seen it fall anywhere else, so you can pretty much guarantee this is where it's going to be at every time you shoot down that plane. Here it is, right next to the excavation site. It's glowing bright orange. You can't really miss it. And now you have all the parts to build the staff. So what you need to do now is go down to the appropriate place. We're going to build the fire staff. Go to the fire cave. Place your gramophone down, and it's going to open a gateway to Agartha, or the crazy place, whatever you want to call it. And once you go in here, you're just going to get the fire stone, the fire gem. I don't know. It's a stone, it's glowing, and it's for the fire staff, okay? Grab it, and then you just need to go back out the way you came. And don't forget to pick up your gramophone on the way out, so you can do this for all the other staffs that you're going to build. Okay, so once you're out of here, all you need to do now is go back to the excavation site and go down to the bottom, and you'll see these statues, and craft it at the appropriate statue, and you're going to have yourself an awesome weapon. And all of these staffs are upgradable, but I'm not going to go through that on this tutorial. This is just showing you how to build everything that you can build on the map. So that's the fire staff. Let's move on to, I believe this will be the lightning staff, and you can find the record for it right here close to generator 4 on this barrel on the tank track. I'm sorry, that wagon on the tank track. If it's not there, you can find it on this table right next to the Wonder Fizz machine, or hello zombies, or you can find it right here on this table. Those are 3 spots I have found it in. And you're going to need the parts for the staff, which means you'll need the tank, and there are certain locations you jump off the tank to get to. All 3 you have to use the tank to get to. So there's the first one. I don't think these have to be done in a particular order, guys. In fact, I know they don't. So the second one, close to the church, when the tank's about to go back into the church, you just jump off there and go up here and go ahead and grab it. That's number 2. And number 3, which I missed on my first go around, is close to the church, going back to the church, and there's a little platform you're going to jump on. You grab it. Now you have all 3 parts. If you want to complete it, you do need to go get the stone. You can go watch the fire tutorial in this video to see how you get the stone. I'm not going to repeat that process for all the staffs. Now, if you want the ice staff, you'll find the record in here on that bench I just pointed to, or on this shelf. If it's not in those 2 spots, it's guaranteed to be right here. There's your record. Now, this is pretty interesting. This may be time-consuming, or it might be very easy. You have to dig up the staff parts, okay? So make sure you have a shovel, and it can only be done on snow rounds, okay? So there's a part, and I'm going to show you another part. There's no point in showing you all 3 of these staff pieces. They're not going to be in the same location for you. You have to just dig and dig and dig on snow rounds. Eventually, you'll find all 3. And once you do that, of course, you go get your gem and then craft it. If you want to do the wind, what you need to do now is this wind? I think this is wind, guys. Where I pointed at, and then you saw it there, or it could be here. Sorry, I'm falling behind the video a little bit. So those are the 3 locations for it. The parts are all located inside the robots. You need to go into 3 separate robots. Make sure you shoot at the glowing foot. See how that one's glowing? It opens up, it'll suck you in, and you'll find a part in each of the robots' heads. Okay, you grab the part, and then you exit the robot using one of the launch portal things right here. It's an awesome cutscene. If you haven't done this yet, you should. All right, and then there's 2 more robots. So there's the left robot, the center robot, and the right robot. They're all going to contain a staff piece for you. And once again, once you get all of the staff pieces for the wind staff, you just need to go and get the stone. Reference the fire video in this video. Reference the fire portion in this video if you want to see how that's done. Okay, so now that you've got that done, you'll be able to craft all 4 of the staffs. You have awesome weaponry. These things are as good as any wonder weapon once they've been upgraded. Again, I'm not doing the upgrade tutorial. I just wanted to show you guys how to build everything. And as you can see, these things are fucking beast if you have not played with them. It's currently round 16. You can actually get all this done by round 12 or 13. I just kept killing the last zombie by accident and kept advancing rounds. So you can get all of this done relatively early. That includes the 4 staffs and the buildables on this map. So I got everything accomplished here, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This took a long time to put together. So if you would not mind, please leave a like. As you can see, everything's built. It's been your boy Lagging 24, and I will see you next time.